gentlemen, a special edition of Speak On It. We're going to start our new series within a series called Chalk Talk. I am your host, Big Mike. I'm in the building. I got Dylan. We got our special guest, the richest Rich Scooter. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? What up? How y'all doing? Yeah, you gotta put the swag. What up?
We are here. The laughter, the off-air conversations have already started for our topic. We are not going to waste any time. I'm just going to give us a brief introduction. These Chalk Talks are going to be separate debates outside of our weekly wrap-ups where we can focus on one topic and just chop it up and talk about it. Come together and talk about it. You'll see a lot of special guests on these Chalk Talks. Got the fellas here to be our first guests for this series. And what a good way to start it. We are going to list the worst NBA champions since the year 2000. But before we get into it, fellas, how we doing?
Well, man.
Go ahead. I'm doing well, man. I'm excited. Once I heard a take that's going to be said on here, I kind of was a little upset, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be real easy. We're going to list our 3 worst champions.
See, make it 4. Make it 4. Because I want to put that team on there. You feel me? I don't think they're on there.
All right. 4
yeah,
champions since 2000. And we're going to debate and we're going to critique each other's lists. So the fun is going to start. I don't know if anyone needs the list put up. I'll bring it up here for our viewers just so they can see. This has their offensive and defensive ratings, regular season ratings for that year. We don't have the Milwaukee Bucks who just won it last year and the Lakers who won it in the bubble. But everybody else is here. I will actually let our guests go first. So,
you go first.
Who are the 4 worst champions since 2000?
Right. I got Detroit, and what is that? 04? 04. 04 Detroit. Toronto. I'm gonna say Toronto. My bad. Dallas, and I'm gonna say which Lakers? I'm gonna say 09 Lakers. Let's say 09 Lakers. Yeah, 09. Because 10 had Ron Artest, so I'm gonna say 09.
Wait, what did you say about 10?
10 had Ron Artest. What do you
mean? I don't like this take at all.
I didn't say.
I don't like this take at all.
Go ahead.
So Ron Artest is the reason that the 10 team is better than the 09 team.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, so yeah, obviously he's a better player than Trevor Ariza is, but you're discrediting a lot of the guys that are on that roster.
Oh, like Jordan.
A ton of those guys.
My bad.
Jordan Farmar stinks. I'll give you that one. There are some bad players on this roster, but as a team, they played really well. So it's like discrediting Lamar Odom, discrediting Pau Gasol.
But here's the thing. But that's the case. But my Detroit pick will be a bad pick too. Then if that's the case, you see what I'm saying?
Well, so
Toronto.
I don't think Detroit's a bad pick because they don't have a superstar, but as a team, they played really well.
But I feel like it's the same thing with the Lakers. Let's see your list. What's your list? Or your list? Who's first?
Whatever. The first team on my list is probably going to shock people because I'm very much so one of the biggest Tim Duncan fans of all time. But that 02...
Wow, this is crazy.
That 02 team.
Oh, that's what up.
02-03 team, I didn't think was very good because everybody on that team was just young. And they played a Nets team that wasn't very good either.
I'm not saying, but they played the Nets.
Well, they didn't win, so I can't pick them because I would have definitely picked them.
They still had David Robinson, though, didn't they?
Old David Robinson. Old David Robinson.
Yep.
old Steve Kerr, but then they had young Ginobili, young Parker, young Bruce Bowen. Everybody on that team
they had Robert Horry
young or at the end of their run.
I don't think Robert Horry's on that team.
Robert Horry wasn't on that team.
They had Steven Jackson.
Yes.
Young. But they got carried by Tim Duncan hard.
That's the mix.
They got carried by Tim Duncan hard in that finals. But I'm just saying, as that team was constructed, they had a bunch of over-the-hill guys and then a bunch of really young guys. So I think construction-wise, they just kind of ran into it. No matter what team they would have ran into in the East, they would have rolled.
That's crazy because that's my argument literally for the Lakers. That's literally –
but who was really young on that Lakers team?
Trevor Ariza, the same person using Trevor Ariza.
But I gave you that.
What's his name? Bynum.
Bynum, top 3 center in the NBA. Bynum.
Yeah, he's still who was the centers then? Who was the center?
Exactly. He's the only one who was giving the best center in basketball problems, and he was a bucket then. I think you guys are forgetting that. Like Andrew Bynum was really good.
Okay.
Do you just remember him in Philly, where he was just the worst, and then in Cleveland, where he was also just the worst? He didn't play?
That's like saying, okay, Greg Oden was good in Ohio. Like I don't care about that. Like he was all right. Like his career was cool. Like I'm just saying, you just saying the young thing, and then
Bynum was a dominant center. When Bynum was in LA, he was a dominant center.
He was never dominant.
Really?
He played well. He played well. Dominant.
Bynum is the reason they won those titles. Without Bynum in the middle, without Bynum in the middle against.
What do you mean he's the reason? What do you mean by that?
Kobe couldn't do nothing by himself. Kobe couldn't do anything by himself.
And I'll give you
but you said he's the reason. He is
the most important piece of that team was Bynum for them to win.
He's a reason.
He was the most important reason.
Let him finish his list because we gotta get to everybody.
If Kobe's not on the team,
I wouldn't go with the reason, but he definitely was a very
major factor. I think unanimously on everybody's list that Mavericks team is going to be on here.
Yeah,
because they legitimately had no reason beating that Heat team, but they just outcoached the hell out of them.
Right, and Jason Terry played his ass off.
If they were of age, I wouldn't put that team. Like if it was a young Jason Kidd with him and all that.
If it was a prime team, this team wouldn't be
Sean Marion, all them. They easily be like one of the best teams on here, but they were old at the time. So
they exploited Miami's inability to shoot. They played zone. They crushed LeBron mentally. Like that team had no business beating that
in the fourth quarter in that series.
They had no business being.
So you got
beating that team.
You had the Spurs and the
Spurs is crazy to me, and I hate the Spurs.
I really like Tim Duncan. It's just that the way that team was constructed, I just don't. If they played any team in the Eastern Conference from 2 years after on, they probably wouldn't have won. They just ran into the Nets running the Eastern Conference for that like 2 to 3 year stretch and missed on the Pistons because I think the Pistons team could have beaten them.
But they lost it. They beat the Pistons.
The year after, they already beat the Lakers, where that team kind of was starting to deconstruct a little bit and age a little more.
Okay. All right.
And then I have the Raptors. Because the Raptors, if they ran into a healthy Warrior team, have no business winning that.
Yeah, I agree with the Raptors. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, Raptors.
But my fourth one is that Bucks team from last year.
Reach.
Because they literally didn't play a healthy team from the second round on.
Yeah, but
and then
that's crazy. They played the Hawks.
And if they lose in any of those playoff rounds, Bud's getting fired. And they were terribly coached that whole playoff run.
They definitely won in spite of him.
They won in spite of being terribly coached. So I think as a team, I think your coach definitely plays a part in it. And Giannis he changed his game and was able to knock down free throws throughout the rest of the playoffs after he got out of the Nets series and banged his free throws in and was just dominant. But Bud put them in so many bad spots. When your second best player is averaging 18 a game in the NBA Finals, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah. I ain't mad at the Bucks. Only one I'm kind of confused on is the Spurs, because I feel like it was just a mix of both.
Like, it was just a weird mix because nobody on that team was in their prime, except for Tim.
Okay, but Tim is like one of the best players of all time, though. Like,
he's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite players of all time. But again, if they ran into any other team in the last 20 years, they lose. And I love Tim Duncan. I absolutely love Tim Duncan. But if they ran into any other team in the Eastern Conference that made it to the finals, they'd probably lose.
All right, Mike, I need to hear your list.
So I'm going to. I will give you the Raptors. I think the Raptors are the worst team on this list.
You think they're worse than that Mavericks team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got Dirk.
But I'm gonna go Raptors 06 Heat. Then I'm gonna give you
6 Heat. It's tough.
I'm gonna say Dallas, because I think that 03 Spurs team beats that Dallas team. But
I don't understand this 06 Heat shit.
Me either.
That makes no sense. I need because
did we forget who Dwayne Wade is?
I don't care. Gary Payton was old, but he was there.
Gary Payton was old.
Posey was crazy. Old. Antoine Walker is the problem.
He was a little long in the tooth, but I still don't agree with the Heat being on this list.
Yeah, I don't agree.
I'm not saying that they're a necessarily bad team, but tell me.
Well, you said they're one of the worst.
Well, tell me who on this list they're beating. Tell me who that Heat team is beating on this list.
They've been
that 03 Spurs team.
I see them.
I don't know.
That 2012, that 2011 Dallas team.
I see them.
I don't think they beat that Mavericks team.
Matter of fact, they beat the Pistons.
They're beating the Pistons.
They actually beat the Pistons.
They actually beat the Pistons. They beat an older Pistons. They didn't beat the 04 Pistons.
But it's still 3 years. It's not like it's 10 years later. It's 3 years.
Man. They're beating the Pistons. Shaq is gonna kill them.
Nah, but Shaq lost to the Pistons.
He did.
He lost to these Pistons teams twice, actually, because he lost in 05 too. He lost to them.
Yep, he lost to them in 05 too.
Yep.
Yeah, he lost to them twice. So Shaq,
yes, he did.
Like that's not it's not like it's a guarantee they lost to the Pistons, but they beat them that year. So regardless of what happened.
So that's what I mean.
There's a couple teams that Heat team beats.
I don't see. I mean,
do you think they beat that Raptors team?
Yes.
They beat the Raptors
yes.
team.
So to me, that's 3 teams.
Yeah.
They beat that Raptors team. I don't know.
I think they give the Celtics problems.
I was about to say, do you think they beat Boston? Because I think they could give that 08 Celtics team a problem.
Boston, Lakers,
not losing me right now with
09 Lakers. Do you think they see? That's the thing.
I think the Lakers beat that Heat team.
The Lakers definitely beat that Heat team.
Pau Gasol would be the reason they beat that team.
Rolling in by them all day. I think
who's guarding,
that one clip of him
Pau?
Dunking on him and pushing him at the end doesn't mean anything.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
but Shaq is also one of the most dominant players ever. So
that's what I'm saying. So,
but then
Shaq,
that
whole bench was crazy. Antoine Walker is a problem. Posey's a problem.
Does Dwayne Wade, because Dwayne Wade became Dwayne Wade in that final series, does he do that against Kobe?
No, he does though. He does.
I think maybe not 30-30.
Maybe
they go at it.
Yeah, it's gonna.
They would go at it, but
I think it's
the reason why Wade would be able to do that because literally no guard on that Mavericks team was able to keep up with him.
Nobody can keep up with him in the NBA. It's not just the Mavericks.
He was literally
Flash.
I'm not.
I know he's Flash, but Kobe's one in 09. Kobe is literally one of the best perimeter defenders ever.
And ever. I'm about to say, Dwayne Wade's one of the best guards in the league at the time.
Yeah, no, but they could go both ways. I trust Kobe more. That 09 Kobe, I trust more than 06 Wade.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it's gonna be a competition.
They battle.
I feel like I'm when it comes to those two, wash for me. Those two are wash.
I'm with you on the Pau thing, man. Pau, I don't know
who's guarding Pau because I don't know is UD going to be the power forward that starts because he has to.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the era.
They can spread the floor though. They're going to probably do magic stuff. They're going to put Shaq in the middle. Antoine Walker is a power forward.
That's what I was about to say. They have to put Walker as a power forward, but this is not that era yet.
Yeah, it's early for that, right?
It's a little early for that.
That's true.
If it was like today's basketball, then it makes all the sense in the world.
They had Van Gundy, who did that with Orlando. They had the coach for it. So,
they did.
But you're right. It is early. It definitely
it's a little
is
early. If it was like 3 years later, I'd be like, oh yeah, Antoine Walker is the power forward and is going to stretch the floor crazy. But I don't think anybody's going to be able to contain Powell. And then you have Lamar Odom off the bench.
Lamar's a problem.
Lamar was a problem. He's point forward Lamar, who you now have to put a real power forward on to guard him on the perimeter while he's running an offense.
Yeah. Lamar doesn't beat you in the series, though. As much as we want to say he's a problem, he never's going to beat you in the series.
Nah, I still give it to Miami. I think Shaq and Dwayne with them is crazy.
I don't know. I'm not betting against Kobe ever in my life, so you can say that all you want.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Not that 09 team. I'm not betting. That 09 10 run, I'm not betting against Kobe.
Shaq? I don't know. I ain't betting against Shaq.
So Shaq was still great at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was the second best.
Shaq, and you got to bite him. You got to bite him, guarding him for.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying Shaq's not going to eat.
Taking turns. Who they had? They had Mims. Who
was guarding him on the Mavericks? Huh? Who was guarding him on the Mavericks?
Tyson Chandler.
Oh, all right.
I don't think he was there. I think he's still in Chicago.
Where, in 06?
No, 11.
No, 06. We're talking about 06.
06. Let's see. Let me pull up that roster.
Who was on the Mavericks in 06 in center? Because Shaq didn't play that great.
Center, Eric Dampier, Desena Diop, DJ Benga.
Let's see what his numbers are.
They didn't have nobody.
I'm going to look at his numbers because
he didn't play that great.
Eric Dampier. Shaq wasn't eating against Eric Dampier.
You want to look up the numbers before we do anything.
He didn't play that great, bro.
I know he didn't play great because Dwayne Wade
was the man that year. So
Dwayne Wade was roasting all of these guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, like Josh Howard was good. This is before Devin Harris was like even okay.
Josh Howard, I remember Josh Howard. He was
Jason Terry was still like not great. Jerry Stackhouse was a little getting older.
Yeah, Jerry Stackhouse was alright though. But yeah, they didn't have anything for Dwayne Wade. The Lakers though, they match up well with that team. The Lakers.
I think that 09 Lakers team destroys this 06 team. Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna name these names because y'all really just dogged this Miami team. Dwayne Wade, Jason Williams, Udonis Haslem, Udonis nice name. Shaq, James Posey, Gary Payton, Antoine Walker. I don't know who Derek Harris is. Alonzo Mourning was on that team.
Zoe was not it then.
Yeah, I think that was when he got.
That was like Zoe with heart problems.
Yeah, that's old Zoe.
Zoe was done.
Most of them are done. Most of the people you name
Jason Capono and Jason Capono. That's the last one I remember. Everybody else didn't play that. So they had a decent starting five. You're right. And about everything else is kind of fun. Wow. Yeah, wow.
Like that Heat team was able to win in that era. That Heat team is not beating anyone from 2012 on. Anyone.
Yeah, but that's because of basketball, though. That's the game changer.
No, they're beating the Raptors. I got them beating the Raptors. I got them beating
the Raptors.
Shaq would kill. Shaq would kill.
I think Shaq.
I don't think Mark got anything for Shaq.
Ibaka.
Not that Mark. That Mark was old Mark.
Yeah, not that
Mark. The last season of Mark's career.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the end for him. So that would be it because I would think Kawhi and Wade would cancel each other.
That Raptors team wasn't bad.
No,
they're definitely not.
And their bench is a lot deeper than that Miami team.
This Raptors team beats a lot of teams that are on this list. Not a lot, but a handful. A handful.
What? I need the names, please, Dave. I need.
You said a lot.
No, I changed my take to a handful. I
don't know who they beat.
I don't even think they be in Detroit.
Nah.
Did not be in the Celtics.
I don't
too much offense with Detroit.
I don't think that 04 Pistons team like loses a lot of games in like within the decade.
Because it's different NBA. Like
within the decade, like up until from 2000 to 2010.
So they both want to play defense. And then Big Shot Rob go hit.
All right, but I'm saying Toronto is going to speed it up.
Toronto will be able to stretch the floor and kill you.
Yeah.
In transition.
Yeah, exactly. The Pistons.
That's more so kind of my point, where a lot of those teams where they would play Kawhi at the power forward if they needed to.
I'm not going front. Rashid is killing somebody.
Siakam is still
and Wallace.
That distance team.
Rashid is not killing Pascal Siakam.
Warriors team.
Rashid cannot guard Pascal Siakam.
Well, Ben Wallace would be guarding Pascal Siakam.
If they need Rashid to drop 30,
Ben Wallace can't guard. Ben Wallace not fast enough to guard Pascal Siakam. On the perimeter, Ben Wallace cannot guard Pascal Siakam. Stop it. On the perimeter, he has no lateral movement.
Siakam's not that good.
Now he sucks. 2019.
But this Siakam that's playing now is like the same Siakam that was playing then. It just
they
didn't know what to do.
Hell no!
I don't think Siakam's ever really good. I think he's always been overrated.
I never thought he was that good. James thought
that playoff when he wasn't great.
He was
no Pascal, no.
I think he was a good number 3 option.
That's how I feel about Bynum, but y'all don't want to.
He was a good number 3 option, but even still, Fred VanVleet was more impactful in a lot of those games than Siakam was.
The last 2 series, the whole season before, and the 2 series before that, Fred VanVleet was a nobody, bro.
No, then his son was born, and then he started fucking
then he had his kid,
and then he had his baby, and he was splashing.
He couldn't miss again.
He was a problem once baby Freddie was born.
Right, that's true.
Literally,
once baby Freddie was born, he came out a new man. But yeah, Siakam stinks. For right
now, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
He's terrible. I never thought he was good. He's one of those guys who has no bag. You know what he's good to
He got the spin.
He got the spin. That's it. He's not really going left because he's going left. He's spinning.
Yeah.
At least Giannis is expanding his game a little bit.
Giannis got the 2 steps.
Giannis is just so strong though, so it doesn't matter. He doesn't need.
Giannis also has 0 bag, and that's why he's on my list for that Bucks team because I watched him for 7 games straight try to back up Blake, and then when he couldn't move, run to the 3-point line, and then just run back at the rim.
That got the job done.
You couldn't stop him.
Blake sucks.
Huh? He does. I love Blake, but he stinks.
He's not good.
But he did a hell of a job playing defense that whole series. I'll tell you what. He did way better than anybody thought.
That was the best I've seen him play defense ever. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, now he's just put on your hard hat. I'm going to draw charges, and hopefully you get the turnover.
Because Zebo used to kill that man.
Zebo used to eat Blake up.
Yeah. I used to cry every time.
Bully him. He is a softie.
And Blake would just be like,
softie, soft serve. I used to say soft serve. Turn.
Because if Blake did anything, Zebo was swinging.
He's going left.
Yeah, right.
You can't.
Zebo is going left.
Because if Blake was just hard fouls, Zebo was just going to fight him.
Right.
And Blake don't want that. You don't want that at all.
Nobody.
Nowhere he's going, and you can't finish it. You can't stop.
He literally played better against Tim Duncan than he did Zach Randolph, and that shit used to blow my mind every time. That does not make any sense, bro. Does not make any sense, bro.
What? He's right.
Greatest power forward of all time. Let's go at it. Battle.
Right.
Zebo.
I see Zach Randolph. I'm putting on my skirt. I'm putting on my skirt today.
Zach Randolph and Marcus Smart used to have him
in shambles, nigga.
He have cold sweats the night before a game.
That nigga used to walk into the gym and be like, "Yeah, I'm scoring 5 tonight." I'm telling the whole league. Zach Randolph cannot jump at all, son. He has no vertical.
He's going, and you know where he's going. He's going.
Neither one of them, Zach or Mark, couldn't jump to save their lives.
Exactly.
The Clippers had the 2 most athletic bigs at the time that you could have, and they would just get worked.
Mark using high post, hot ball high, waiting, dime, Zebo lay. And then you had Michael Conley just running back and forth. That's it. Yep. The offense was very easy, and then they'll just lock up. They playing defense the entire game.
And then they playing defense.
Tony Hill locking up.
So
that
who on
Grizzlies
this
team
list-
in today's NBA would get destroyed, though.
Oh, they get
Oh yeah, for sure,
Destroyed.
for sure.
Tony Allen would be out of the league so fast
Actually, no. What? No.
because you can't play him at the end of games.
Why not?
He's like
They
Ben
have
Simmons.
a bunch of players like that.
They had he was like Ben Simmons. He couldn't
They
shoot
kinda
free throws
bigger
and he
now.
couldn't shoot.
They're kind of bigger now, though. Those type of players, like PJ Tucker, like they're like
PJ Tucker is what, an inch taller than him?
but
Like
wider though.
like
You
3-4 inches.
You think
PJ Tucker's like 6'8", right?
PJ Tucker's like 6'6", 6'7".
PJ Tucker's bigger than Tony Allen, though.
Yeah,
He's
but
Tony
bigger.
Allen's like
Yeah, he's
that's
bigger.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
6'3",
actually
like
kinda go
205. PJ Tucker's like 240.
Nah, yeah, for sure. For sure. And he can shoot it a little bit, I guess. You're right.
He can shoot better than
Yeah,
Joni
PJ
can,
Tucker
but that's
can
not
shoot.
saying much.
He can shoot. He wasn't doing it in the playoffs, but he can shoot. If you leave him open, he'll hit that corner three in your face.
And he'll take it. That's the most important thing. He'll take the open
yeah.
three.
And he'll take it. You're right.
Tony Allen will look at you and just give you the ball back.
But that's why Posey played on the Celtics team instead of him.
Yeah.
That's true.
Posey was strapped.
No, Posey was nice.
He was nice.
James
He
Posey
nice.
was
Both
nice.
sides.
He was nice. He was nice. He was
That
a big
08
guy.
Celtics team had like a good veteran bench.
Yeah.
Sam
So I don't know
Cassell, James
who said
Posey.
the Celtics take, but please, I'm glad y'all didn't say it again.
What?
I think it was Cuzzo. I think he left.
I said I don't know who said the
before
Celtics take, but I'm glad y'all didn't
I
say
think
it
it was
again because I
James.
was waiting for that. That hurt my
Yeah,
heart.
James.
That Celtics team was great.
Yeah, I don't know what he's
Celtics
talking about.
team just
Bench
they're too good defensively.
They're too good
can-
defensively.
Brown off the
They
bench
can
too.
switch
They have
anything.
3 Hall of Famers,
Baby.
first ballots.
Big baby.
That's all you got to say.
And fairly
And a
in their
young
prime.
Rondo.
All 3 of them in their prime, and a
And
young
a
Rondo.
young Rondo.
And a
That,
young
that
Rondo.
Celtics team is tough.
And then you got Baby playing his ass off, never played that good again. And you
Yeah,
got
Perk playing good.
playing well, yeah.
Baby was there, but I don't remember him playing in 09. I remember
Perk
him
don't
playing
get
in
hurt.
10. I remember him
Oh,
playing
yeah,
in
it's probably
10.
10. You're right, you're
I
right.
think Perk is
Yeah,
the
no,
reason
you're
why
right.
they didn't get 2 more championships.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Perk,
because
was he
Perk-
injured game 7?
Yeah,
Game 7.
Perk plays in 2010.
Kobe
They
got
beat-
15
they beat
rebounds.
the
I
Lakers.
love to say that. In game 7. Crazy. And then the next year he gets traded midway through the season. I think they beat that 18.
What, the Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
But
yeah.
Perk got traded halfway through the season. And then ended up going to the finals the next season with the Thunder.
Yeah, they sucked.
I know. And then he went to the finals.
That
with the
team was
Thunder,
just
which
too
funny.
young.
Yeah, they was too
That
young.
team was too young.
Too
So
young.
much.
And they didn't
Even their
believe in
bench.
James Harden
Their
enough,
bench was
man.
too young too.
James Harden. James Harden's the reason why we lost to
Because they had like Eric Maynard too, who was also
Who?
like 3 years into the league.
That Thunder
The
team.
Thunder.
Oh.
That Thunder team, they had a lot of just young guys.
Yeah, for real.
they had no business being there. They had no business.
They had a good run though. They
Just
ran
that
through
KD
some good
was
teams.
KD.
They should have definitely ran it back. I don't know why they didn't run it back. Like, that's crazy.
Yo,
They
yeah,
saw more value in Ibaka.
yo,
Which is crazy.
yo. I don't even want to talk about that, man.
Well, remember, I don't agree with it, but at that time, the teams that were like running the West had really good power forwards.
Okay.
The Lakers, the Mavs, the Spurs,
Spurs.
Clippers.
You always pick your best player, man. You just pick the best player and work it
Well,
out
but
from there.
at the time, James was also like terrible in that NBA Finals.
Yeah, but he locked
was
up Novi
trash,
the playoff series before. Right before. He's the
Yeah.
reason why they beat the Spurs.
No,
Like,
I know.
you got,
I know.
so
But they're gonna go off of the last thing they saw. It's the "What have you done for me lately" thing.
got you to the NBA Finals. That's what you did. We're like,
100%. Because James was had to calm down Russ all the time.
Yeah.
All the time because he was always doing too much.
Actually,
and still doing
James
too
has
much.
always been better than Russ, but hey.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, no, me. I believe that. I've never
Yeah,
been a
my
Russell
boy.
Westbrook guy.
Well,
Never been
that-
a Russell Westbrook guy.
I'm a huge Russell Westbrook guy. So I don't even
I'm a big Russell Westbrook guy.
huge.
It's hard to defend him right now, but
Nah, definitely. He's coming back though. It's coming. It's slowly coming.
it is coming. That, I want to admit it, but it is coming.
Why?
No,
are
he
you a Russell
never plays
Westbrook
good
guy?
in the first 30 games.
Huh?
In the last 3 years, he hasn't played good in the first 30 games. He always plays good in the back end of the season.
Because this is the third team in 3 years. But yeah, definitely.
So what?
That's why. That makes it whatever.
There's
He
a
gonna be
reason that this is his third team in 3 years.
Don't do that like
His
that.
contract.
There is.
That's the reason. No,
There
the
is a
reason
reason
is
this
his
is his
contract.
third team.
The reason is his contract.
And he doesn't play up to his contract.
Exactly. Not even half of it.
So averaging
in the
needs a
regular
better
season he
minimum
does.
right
I'm
now.
sorry. In the regular
Averaging
season
a
he
triple
does.
double.
In the regular season he does. I apologize.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Averaging a triple double doesn't.
My man,
Yeah,
he
but that
averaged a
who
triple
cares
double.
about that though?
And averaging a triple
He
double.
made the
Winning
triple double
games.
like worthless.
And
Thank you. It's worthless. It's stat pattern. Bro.
how is it stat packing if they're winning games? They're literally winning
They're
games.
barely winning. Like he's been an 8 seed until for how
Bro,
long?
That's not true.
Points and assists.
Okay, I'm sorry. That Thunder team,
The only
they were
8
not.
seed was the Wizards. That's the only 8 seed. Name another one.
But
Name
well, what was he that Thunder team that he brought in? The 7?
by himself.
6, 7.
6, 5.
It was not 5.
It was not 5.
You talking about his MVP?
It was either 6.
It was
His
6.
first MVP year.
It was 6.
Weren't they playing to get into the playoffs?
Huh?
And then
Yeah,
it was like
a
the
game
last
apart.
game of the season
It was
to
like a
get
game
into the
apart.
playoffs.
Yeah, it was like a game apart.
It was a game apart between like the last 3 teams,
That's
and
the
that's before
West
they had to
Coast,
play
though.
in.
And he hit a 3 at the buzzer.
If you ask me, that was James Harden. Hey, man, don't get me started. That's supposed to be James Harden MVP, but hey, well, he averaged like 1 more assist, 1 more assist, 2 more rebounds, 3 more rebounds.
It was.
Oh no, it was 1 point.
It was 1 point and 1 assist.
No.
He
James
averaged
Harden
more assists.
James Harden was the assist leader that year.
So it was more rebounds.
Yeah, it was more
2
rebounds.
more rebounds.
So, but James Harden was 3rd in the West, and Russell Westbrook was 6th.
He only got it because he got the triple double.
Literally,
Triple double, and that was his first year without KD.
Yeah, that's why he got it.
And that Thunder team was
I'll take it.
horrendous.
But at that point, that was so cool
I'll take
because it hasn't been done, and it was great. But after that, it's like, all right, but
You're
what are you going to do
spoiled.
with that
That's,
after?
That's what it is. You're spoiled. He's
Like,
so
because it
good.
doesn't transition to the
So
postseason.
good that
Talk to
you
them.
just
They
think
don't hear
it's
you.
irrelevant. That
How
he's
is it
not
so
here.
good?
I'm not spoiled.
Yeah, it's 4
I was-
How
times.
is it
I'm
so
not
good?
spoiled.
He does
It's
all
okay.
this for
Man
what?
is doing
He doesn't do this shit in the
everything.
playoffs.
So if he was 4th in the West and he was 28, 8-8, what would we be saying?
That's better than being in the bottom half of the West.
Oh, like when he did
at
with the
triple double.
Rockets. It's the same thing. He did that with the Rockets. He does
He also had a
that.
better team, and that Rockets
went from
team
being a
was
2
there
seed
without
to
him.
a fucking 6
3.
seed.
The Rockets team was better with Chris Paul.
Way better. It wasn't even close. What are you talking about?
They were a
Paul was
lower
better than
seed with
Russell
Russell Westbrook. They did worse.
I don't agree.
What you mean you don't agree? What do you mean you don't agree?
Nah, I'm just a Russell Westbrook fan.
Yeah.
I was about to say Russell
And
Westbrook
that
doesn't
Rockets-
do like
that Rockets
anything
team
really
ran
well.
into LeBron. Like, where's the fault in that? They ran into LeBron.
That's true too.
What are you saying?
That Rockets team ran into LeBron. Like,
In the bubble, yeah.
What's your point?
it's not like they was out there losing to the
In
Grizzlies.
the second round
Like,
too.
they lost to the NBA champions. Like, we're gonna.
What's
blame
your point? I
him
don't
for
get your
that?
point. I don't get your point. You saying that's why Russell Westbrook is a good player because he lost to LeBron? I can't even
Like
watch
he's
it.
saying it's not his fault.
But you're
That's what he's
saying
saying.
it's
It's
not
not
his
his fault that they lost.
You're saying that you're trying to devalue. He's been on 3 teams in 3 years, but he literally made each one of those teams better. All 3.
How
of
are the
those
Wizards
teams
looking right
trashed.
now without him?
I'll give you the Rockets. I'll give you the Rockets.
No,
So
no.
So you're
The
telling
Lakers
me
were better.
that-
The Lakers were better before him. The Lakers were better before him. They won the finals when it was all healthy. The Wizards are better this year without him, and the Rockets were better the year before without him. What are we talking about?
The Lakers are still not healthy though. Let's
like we're 20 games into the season.
the Lakers
And they're
are still
better
not
at this
healthy.
You're gonna
point than they were
You're
last
gonna
year.
sit here
LeBron
and
played
tell
10
me
games, maybe.
that
All right,
the Wizards
forget
roster
the Lakers.
last year is not better than the Wizards roster this year.
But you just said that he made him a better team. He did it though.
That Wizards roster last year was trash.
They didn't make the
upgraded
playoffs.
the roster. They
Except you got
upgraded the
Kuzma,
roster.
Harrell, and Dinwiddie. But are they?
If Russ
last
is
year?
on that Wizards team right
But
now,
last
they're
year,
doing the same
what were
thing.
Kuzma, Harrell, and Dinwiddie doing?
All right, so that doesn't make them better. That they're going to be doing the same thing. That means that he's replaceable. And if it's by Spencer Dinwiddie, then what? He's got a max right now. He does not
Take
deserve a max. That's all we
off
saying.
That team and put Spencer Dinwiddie on last year's team. That team does not make the playoffs.
Why not? There was a game out the year before.
I agree with you, sir.
Why not? There was a game out the year before. Spencer Dinwiddie brought the Nets to the playoffs. We
So
forgot.
you
He
think
wasn't
Spencer
there.
Dinwiddie is
We
better
wasn't
than
there?
Russell Westbrook? That's what you're saying? That's what you're telling
Yup.
me?
Right
Spencer
now,
Dinwiddie-
Spencer Dinwiddie and
Spencer
Russell Westbrook are interchangeable, bro. They're on the same level of guards, bro.
How dare y'all disrespect this man?
Dinwiddie's a better shooter. Dinwiddie's a better facilitator.
And he's not going to turn the ball over. Russell
And he
Westbrook
doesn't
averages
turn the
like
ball
3 turnovers
over.
a game.
Turnover.
You know who are the two people leading the NBA in turnovers right now? My guy James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Like they've been every year for the last 7 years.
Thank you.
And they've been in the playoffs every year for the last 7 years.
And then Russ gets washed in the playoffs every year for the last 4 years.
And so does James Harden.
And
so does Paul George. But we're not going to go by Paul George.
Paul George sucks.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Well, not this year. He's bald.
All that was his fault.
Paul George is the number 2 option is dog shit.
As the number 2 option is dog shit, correct.
Yes, absolutely.
He's too ball dominant. He's too ball dominant.
He's a good number 1 option. We saw that in the playoffs last year. But as a number 2 option, he just doesn't know what to do.
At this point, we see it all the time.
I think y'all got it completely backwards. As a number 1 option, he's trash. He's pandemic peak. As a number 2 option, the Clippers are a title contender because Kawhi can do all the clutch work and Paul George can do all the extra.
Are we ignoring
and not have
last year's playoffs and then his whole run in Indiana as the number
1?
You
got to see his whole career. Think about his whole career. Think about his whole career.
That was the Indiana, worst take of the night.
Even the Thunder, he had an MVP season.
That might have been the worst take of the night.
That's terrible.
He's better as the number 2, the number 1.
He is better.
He wasn't hooping as the number 1 option.
He was
every team.
He's better as
every team he's ever been the number 1 option for. They've done so well.
You're thinking about with the Clippers. We're thinking about the Thunder.
General. Think about the Thunder. Think about his run with the Thunder, and then tell me he's a better number 2 option.
When he was the number 1 option on the Thunder, they were playing.
He was the number 1 option on the Thunder, though.
Right, that's what we're saying. And every time you watch the games, you're kind of a Thunder fan. You was watching the games, they were much better when he was the number 1 option. Now I think about it, especially on the defensive end.
And then what happened in the playoffs?
Well, he got hurt.
Kid Russ.
Then he played.
We get to the playoffs, then it's Russ's fault. Oh, okay.
How's it
Russ is turning over the ball a ton.
Right.
3 for 17, bro.
Do you see his
3
shot
for 17?
Do you see his shot selection
in Game 6? 3 for 17.
So it's not Russ's fault.
3 for 17. Wait, let's all.
I never said it wasn't Russ's fault when they got there.
3 for
I never said
73.
that. That was never my argument.
What?
That it was Russ didn't do anything to get him there. I never said that.
3 for 17 in Game 6.
No, but again, Paul George, when there's another superstar on the team, is always weird when it matters.
Right. He needs to be carrying the team. We're saying he needs to be carrying. If he's not carrying the team, he's not useful. He's not useful.
And I
he's not great. Even in Indiana, his second best player was Roy Hibbert for those 2 years.
Roy Hibbert or Lance Stevenson, whoever you want to pick, and they both suck.
David West might have been the most consistent.
David West was the most consistent player on that team. But everybody else on that team wasn't.
Danny Granger. Danny Granger?
Granger was too busy getting his teeth knocked out by the floor to play. He never played.
That's a fact.
I love Danny Granger, but he never was healthy.
I guess my argument is he's not clutch. That's what my Paul George.
Who, Paul George?
He's not clutch at all.
Who, Paul George?
I would like you to refer back to last year in a couple of those playoff games.
Couple of games, what?
But we're ignoring his whole first half of his career.
Yeah. Before the knee injury, before the leg injury, he was clutch, bro. Come on, we're not gonna do that.
Like that.
I've got more of him not being clutch than him being clutch.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's every player.
That is every player, though. I think you just have a special hate in your heart for Paul George for whatever reason. Just like you have a special hate in your heart for Tracy McGrady. I hate you for that.
Well, we're not doing this because I'm black with Mike, so.
You hate Tracy?
I love Tracy.
You hate Tracy?
Mike hates Tracy McGrady.
Ever? Reggie Miller. Well, he says that. Yeah, he does it. He agrees with that.
I would give you that. I'd give you Reggie Miller.
I just said when you said Reggie Miller, I said I might give you that.
He's a great player, but he ain't everything.
Melo, y'all want to see me say Melo? I'll say Melo. I don't care.
Don't say Melo.
Please don't say Melo.
Wait, all right. When we say overrated, right? Hold on. When we say overrated, right? No. When we say overrated, where do you have Melo rated as top scorers of all time?
Top 5.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but he's definitely the best of this era.
He's the best of this generation, of his generation.
Of his
generation.
He's not even a better scorer than LeBron. Let's start there. He's not a better scorer than LeBron. He's not a better
skill set wise, he is a better scorer than LeBron. From where he can score at his efficiency, yes. LeBron is just more efficient than
LeBron James. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about his skill set. What he does when he has the ball.
All right, then Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant.
No, I'll give you Kevin Durant is better than Carmelo Anthony.
James Harden. Stephen Curry.
I can't give you James Harden.
I don't know if I'm giving you James Harden. I don't know if I'm giving you that.
The majority of James Harden's career is free throws. I'm not saying he's not skilled.
That's scoring the basketball.
Yeah,
that
but
is scoring.
free
what are you talking about?
Free
No,
throws
I'm not
over an
going for it.
actual skill
Good.
set.
Melo's best years was at the free throw line, though. Like, it really was.
Well, also triple threat, jab step, fucking fadeaway at mid over everybody.
And James Harden is
Tween,
step back from three.
Tween, hezzy, tween, hook your arm, run to the basket, get the foul, or tween, hezzy, step back.
James Harden averaged what, 36? He averaged 14 free throws. You take 9 of those away and he only shoots 5 free throws a game. He's still the scoring champion, bro. So what are you telling me right now?
Oh my God! Don't do
He's still the scoring champion.
Why are we disrespecting Melo?
No, because he's overrated. You just said he's top 5 scorers of all time.
He's top 5 scorers of all time.
How? He never even averaged 30. He's not a better scorer than Tracy McGrady.
In a different NBA.
What do you mean?
Everybody and their mother from 2014 on can just sit there and average 30. There was like 6 people who've done it. Like consistently.
Bro, Melo was in that era though. I don't want to.
Was he washed? Because I remember Melo being washed from 2014 on.
This is what I mean by that. Kobe averaged 36. Iverson averaged 33. Tracy averaged 30 a couple times. Like, he was in that era. It's not like he wasn't in that era. Look at you smiling.
He was after that era.
He's the better scorer out of Iverson. He's the best scorer out of
But I'm saying, like, he was in that era.
I'm kind of an Allen Iverson hater, so I'm not gonna.
Is he a better? He's not a better. I'm gonna answer that for you. He's not a better scorer.
I'm not gonna comment on that one.
He's not a better scorer than LeBron James.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
The fact that you even just said that to me is crazy, bro.
I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at Carmelo's. This man went on a stretch where he averaged 26, 29, 26, 23, 28, 25, 26,
Go to
22, 29, 27.
Go to LeBron.
I mean, we're going to sit there and say he has an average 30.
Those are great, but
go to LeBron.
The names we just named are better. Like,
go to LeBron. We do this all the time. So go to LeBron, go to James Harden, go to Allen Iverson.
He's the only one that we named that didn't average 30.
Go to Kevin Durant.
He's the only one that we named that didn't average
1 point.
That you think that James Harden is a better player than Carmelo Anthony. That's what it sounds like you're telling me.
No, he is. He is a better player.
All right. I never said this live. I agree with you. Melo's the most overrated player of all time. That is crazy that you don't think James Harden is a better player than Carmelo Anthony. That is crazy.
I didn't say he's a better player. I think James Harden's a better player. I think he's a better scorer.
I'm telling both. I'm telling all 3 of you, he's not. He's not.
James Harden as a facilitator is better than anything Melo ever was.
The craziest thing.
He's not a better player than Carmelo.
Thank you.
I can tell you definitively he's not a better player than Carmelo.
You said defensively?
Wait.
Or you said
defensively. They both.
You said definitely, or you said defensively?
I need things. I need you to say it.
When Melo decided to play defense, he was really good, but he only decided to play defense like once in his career.
You can say that about James Harden too. Because the few times he played defense, he played defense.
Exactly. But like I've only seen Melo really play defense in the Denver Lakers series.
Even last season, James Harden has some stints that he was playing defense.
Oh no, James Harden, when he wants to play defense, can play some defense. But you can say that about literally anybody in the NBA.
Exactly.
Because I've seen stretches where Kyrie Irving has played pretty good defense, and he's like not a good defender.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But why do you think Melo is better than Harden? Like why? Like
at what?
The only
scoring
thing that James Harden does.
I think his offensive skill set. They're both different skill sets. But I think I'd rather have Melo's skill set from underneath the basket out, being able to on a dime, no matter where you are, sit there, ISO, triple threat somebody, and just pull up from anywhere.
If we're talking ISO, James Harden averaged 35 on the ISO.
But they're also different players. They're different players. That's where the thing. I'd rather have Melo's skill set as opposed
just
to
because you
James
rather
Harden.
doesn't make it fact. You're saying your preference instead of with a fact.
Yeah, I rather.
Well, you asked me my preference, so I'm going to give you my preference.
No, I'm asking you who's a better player. You're telling me your preference. Who the better player is
better
James
player.
Harden.
James Harden's a better player.
Better scorer.
Melo's a better scorer.
Why? I don't understand.
I think.
But why?
Melo's a better scorer.
Melo is a better triple threat. That's it. That is the only thing he's better than at James Harden. Is a triple threat. He doesn't rebound.
When I needed a bucket, Melo's one of those guys where I'm just like, just go get me a bucket. Set ISO out of the way, no matter where I am. Just
James Harden's not.
go.
James Harden's not.
Right.
I'm so confused,
Man,
No.
man.
What do you mean no?
Maybe not. Maybe
I'm
not.
not saying no. I'm shaking my head because I'm thinking.
I'm saying no. No.
I'm taking Melo.
That's what that sound like. You don't like James Harden.
I like James Harden. I love James Harden.
Mike just don't like James.
Mike doesn't like James Harden.
He's not clutch. He's never won anything.
But you can't use that with Melo. Stop it.
What has Melo won?
Yeah, you have Melo won anything. You're trying to make an argument for Melo, man. You can't do that.
Still, as the man of the team, Melo has still won more than him.
What?
That's the crazy
What has he
thing.
won?
What?
He's won more series than James
They
Harden.
both went to the Western Conference Finals. I'm bugging.
But like, what is they never won anything?
And one of them went to the finals, but he wasn't.
James
the man.
Harden won a couple times. I thought
They went twice, I think.
But like, you can't put the whole winning thing when neither one of them has a title.
No, we're talking about the Western Conference Finals. Western Conference Finals. Right. But I don't even want to do that.
No, once.
My man's the MVP, and your man's is only barely a scoring champion.
Again, I think James is a better player. James having the ability to create offense for everybody else is what makes him a better player.
All right, this is my whole thing. This is my take on it because I don't know what just went. All right, cool. They could have all the basketball stuff, but James Harden averaged 36 points a game, regardless of what we talked about.
And even before he do all the fouls, he averaged
the Michael Jordan rings argument. It doesn't matter what anything is said or done. He's 6-0 in the finals. He wins. That's what you're telling me.
I hate that argument too.
That's what you're doing right now. I don't care anything about anything.
No, but like,
wait,
the whole thing is points. Like you're just saying that they're both scorers. Who's the better scorer?
I told you the only thing I think James Harden does better than Carmelo Anthony is dribble the ball.
All right, so what about pass?
I think he's about a 3-point shooter too.
So what about pass?
About a 3-point shooter.
3-point shooter is a wash.
You think that's a wash?
Wait, so he doesn't pass the ball better than Carmelo Anthony?
But passing the ball isn't scoring.
Wait, no, he doesn't pass the ball better than Carmelo Anthony. What do you mean?
Don't do
Come
that.
on, bro, stop. You're being biased. You're being biased.
So he can penetrate and kick out.
Your Knicks fan bias is showing, Mike. Stop it.
All right.
He's not a better passer than Carmelo Anthony.
I give you the pass.
Why are you thinking about it?
He's not a better rebounder than Carmelo Anthony.
Why would Carmelo not be a better rebounder than him?
Look it up. Look it up and holler at me. Look it up right now, and they tell me he's not a better rebounder.
I think the guard rebounding numbers are a little weird to begin with.
I don't care.
If any guard wanted to sit down there and rebound, they would.
I'm gonna be out of this because you know the next thing.
Guard rebounding numbers are a little weird to me. Because if any guard decided to really sit there and rebound, they would. Like we're seeing it with Russ. We saw it with James the year where he was
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Because they would. Like you said, they would.
They would, but they don't. But they never really have. There's only been so many guards.
Why? For what reason? For what reason?
Don't know.
Why wouldn't Lonzo go? You know what? I want 10 rebounds a game. I'm not doing.
Think about it. How many? When you go back and even if you start from 2000 and on, how many guards really sat there and tried to rebound the ball? It was Jason Kidd for like 10 years, who was like the only point guard really trying to rebound the ball.
It's always been the big guards. Jason Kidd.
It's always been the bigger guards, but that's what I'm saying. It's only the bigger guards who try to do it. That's why those numbers are a little weird to me. But I'm not taking anything away from James. Melo should be the better rebounder.
Melo has played the power forward. There's no reason James Harden averages more rebounds. That's all I'm saying.
Melo only started playing the power forward because he got older.
Carmelo, though.
Maybe not this year.
For their career.
For their career overall, okay. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
Over the top. I meant like if you look at his best rebounding year versus Melo's best rebounding year, who averages more rebounds?
His best rebounding year was actually last year. He averaged 8.5.
Who, Melo?
Harden,
8.5. And where was Melo?
Wow, that's low.
That was his best. That's his best rebounding year.
Nah, I knew it was around 8.
He averaged 8. Yeah, he averaged 8.5. He had 8.5 last year.
That's low.
Actually, but see, I don't actually hold on because it's giving me his Brooklyn stats. I don't know if
he also didn't play a ton of games in Houston.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking.
He only
at
played
it
a handful
now,
of games in Houston before he was really fast.
Yeah, it was like what, 15?
They were horrible games too.
But yeah, like he wasn't even playing.
Well, he had one game where he dropped like 45.
Well, he decided he wanted to play, but I don't.
He just decided he wanted to play. And I think it was the game where he was like, "I'm not staying here," and then they traded.
Yeah, like he was like, "If y'all gonna play me, I'm just gonna sit here and sabotage the team." Like, so like I don't even fault him. Like
he was eating honey buns in the locker room.
Yeah, like he wasn't even trying to play. Like it's clear he wasn't trying to play.
Little baby was like, "Yo, here's a sack of honey buns."
He does have another season where he.
That's mad crazy.
That's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. You're going to a nightclub with a duffel bag full of honey buns. Like that's wild.
So are you still gonna go with the Carmelo Anthony's the top 5 scorer thing? I don't want you.
I'll definitely move him down a little bit. I'll say top 10.
No. I'll give it 15. I give 15.
Top 10.
I didn't even say Jordan and like Kareem.
15 people in this era that is a better scorer than Carmelo.
I didn't say. I said all time. I didn't say
time.
This.
I'll put him top 10. I'll take him out of the 5. You've convinced me about James Harden, but I'll put him top 10.
No, it's not 10 either. But go ahead.
I'll put him 10.
If anything,
this era though. This era.
At this era.
Well, in this era. His era from him, his dominance from
right now, the era right now, he's not even top 50. Like he's not anybody right now
because he's washed at that point compared to everybody else.
What do you mean by this era? Like
his era from his
era,
prime, 2003 to like 2012.
And you're saying he's top what? Top 10? I give you top 10.
Top 3.
In his era, he's top 3.
In his era,
he's top 3.
Is Kobe in the era?
Yeah.
Is Iverson in the era?
No.
Kevin Durant, LeBron James.
I would put
James
Durant
Harden.
in that era.
What are you talking about, bro? Stephen Curry's a better scorer.
From 03 to 12? From 03 to 12? Steph's ain't not in 03 to 12.
Oh, 03 to 12.
Yeah, that's Melo's era.
Oh,
those are his prime. That's literally his prime.
Yeah.
Then he's like number.
It's literally it's Melo, it's Kobe, it's Bron.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the list.
That's it. That's the list.
Wait.
So KD's still in it.
KD and Tracy,
youngest scoring title ever.
Tracy from 03 to like 06 barely played.
Okay, so maybe I don't know.
Nah, but it's still like 2 seasons of greatness though. Still
2 seasons of greatness as opposed to 9.
It's not 9 seasons of greatness. It's
from 2003 to 2012.
Longevity of scoring. Yes, Carmelo Anthony is one of the best players of all time. But do I think Carmelo Anthony
28,000 points?
And Tracy McGrady is one of my favorite players of all time, but he didn't play enough.
I love his game. Absolutely love his game.
Who?
McGrady. He didn't play enough.
I'm saying
because in McGrady's era, his 3-year stretch.
If I take you out your best year and put you against Melo at his best year, Melo is not top 10 in scoring. Melo is not top 15.
Can you say that one more time? I didn't hear.
You didn't say AI. You said. Yeah,
AI in 03, what was he doing?
06, he had 33 points a game.
In 06?
Yes. The same year Kobe dropped 36. Look it up.
I am.
Yeah, what happened?
Look at these guys.
Fact check that one.
The same year Kobe dropped 36.
I need stats. Where are they at?
I just want
to know. Steve Nash won MVP that year. These guys, man. Look at these guys. These characters.
And y'all got the podcast.
These characters over here.
I can't wait to see.
His year is split in 06. So in Philly, he was averaging 31, and then he was averaging 24 in Denver.
Oh, my fault. What was 05?
33.
Okay. 05. I'm sorry. 1 year old. I'm sorry.
05 is still in the.
He didn't win a scoring title that year either. Kobe won that scoring title.
Let's do him the same length as Carmelo Anthony because his last year playing was 2011, 2010 or 2009, 2010. So let's go that whole stretch there. We have 26.
No. I'm not saying the 10-year thing. The 10th year thing.
I was not saying
the 10-year thing. Yes. I'm saying if I pick your best year, Melo's best year, right? The year that he dominated, give me his best year 29. Versus somebody else's best year. He's not even top.
Honest,
he's not top 10.
On the Knicks wasn't even his best year to me. It was that year he went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
No, 9.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think he averaged 26 that year. I could be wrong. I don't really know.
But I don't understand what that argument means. Like,
what do you mean? What does it mean?
You just said that he wasn't top. You said he was top 3 in scoring.
You can't give me. You can't say, for 10. Huh?
What exactly does that mean? Because like,
if we're doing that,
I'm gonna take Will Chamberlain's best year and call Will Chamberlain the best player to ever live. Like,
what
are you talking about? Like,
what are you talking about? You can't.
What are you talking about? If
I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about.
Best year I can't match up against anybody's best year. If I do that with Will Chamberlain,
because you cannot put a span. You can't, because you're saying 10 years. Not everybody. It's rare somebody's good for 10 years. So I get it. Yeah, he's good for 10 years. Right. He was really good for 10 years, but he was never the best scorer in the NBA. Never.
I may take Melo's best year over Iverson's best year.
Cat. Crazy.
Because Melo shot better from the field, better from the three.
Okay. So
more rebounds.
Oh, you talking about in 05?
I'm picking LeBron over Melo every year. If
you talking about 05 best year? Okay.
Well, no, I'm taking LeBron over Melo every year too. Just because what LeBron does as a
I meant like scoring wise.
It's LeBron
scoring wise.
I meant scoring wise.
It's LeBron James, but like I'm not going to argue LeBron James. I literally won't sit here.
I'm not going to sit here and tell
anybody.
You Carmelo's better than LeBron. He's not. It's not really close either.
I will never argue LeBron James over anybody.
I meant just the scoring. I know he's a better basketball player. I meant just scoring.
Let's see. Well,
and I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure Carmelo's more efficient than James Harden too. But whatever. He scored 36. He averaged 36 in the season. I guess that makes.
I get all is right with the world.
Nobody said that.
We said he's a better scorer. We didn't say anything about. I don't know.
I said he's a better player, and y'all went crazy.
Both of them are inefficient though. It's like neither one of them are efficient players.
Melo's a career 45 from the field. That's efficient.
The 10 years that they talk about, Melo was very efficient.
10 years.
I don't know about after that. The Knicks kind of messed him up. But the first 10.
Melo has never shot. Oh, no, besides that Thunder year. Yikes. I was going to say he's never shot less than 43%, but he's that Thunder and Rockets year. But the Rockets don't even count.
But when we get to that part of his career, he's already.
He played 10 games.
Done. Yeah, he's already done at that point.
I think he's playing just for the 30,000 points.
Good for him.
I think
Good for him.
If LeBron can get on the court, he might have a chance at a ring if these guys can stay on the court for more than a week.
I want nothing more than for Melo to get a ring. I love Carmelo Anthony.
If they can stay on the court, although looking at the way Golden State's playing, I don't care how healthy.
Melo should just be like, "Hey, yo, get me out of here."
Wiggins ain't gonna play well in the next couple of weeks. Just
shut up with that shit, man.
Wait for it, man.
Wait, what happened?
He's praying on Wiggins' downfall.
I'm not praying on.
He's saying Wiggins is a November player. December comes around, and Wiggins.
I'm also a hater on Wiggins, though.
I'm not a hater.
I'm a hater.
I just know tendencies, and that's a tendency.
I think this year alone is a complete anomaly. I don't understand it.
It's not an anomaly. He does this all the time.
As long as
Monte Ellis, they do this every year. Anthony Davis used to do this all the time.
I used to love to hate Monte Ellis. I loved Monte Ellis sometimes, and then I just hated him every other time because he was just so good or so bad.
Yeah.
November. We haven't seen you in a while. We're going to guard you a certain type of way. It didn't work. They watch the game tape. Oh, this is what he do. The season's over for you.
Yeah, but I mean, Steph is going to get so much attention. All he got to do is backdooring and get to the basket.
Steph's just got to cross half court.
Right.
That's really all he has to do.
And Wiggins doesn't have to do anything for real. Just simple basketball. And get to the basket.
They're just gonna wait for Steph to cross half court. They're gonna blitz him, and then Steph's gonna have to make a decision. He's either gonna pass it or he's gonna drive by, and then they're gonna get him on the cut, or he's just gonna be off ball screen in a corner alone.
Yeah, like he doesn't have much. His game is very simple. It's very simplified now. It's not like he's coming and isolating.
And he's gonna be doing this for the rest of his life. He's gonna be like 45 years old, still running around shooting threes.
That's funny.
What you put him at point guards? Top what all time?
Steph?
Yeah, Steph.
It's tough with Steph because he's not like a point guard. He's one of them scoring point guards. So it's tough. Because I'd rather my type of point guard is a Chris Paul.
My God. Yeah.
When I think of the point guard position, I think of a guy who's facilitating and getting everybody involved, and then his shot is second.
Yeah.
Steph I'm just gonna pull up no matter where. I'm really good at everything. But if since he plays the position of point guard and all his accolades and all that stuff, there's no reason why he's not a top 10 point guard besides the fact that he's not a point guard. So that's why for me it's tough to put him there. Even though Steph's also one of my favorite players ever. But he also changed the NBA, so then that puts him higher.
So he gets credit for that. Yep.
I think personally, I think he's a top 5 point guard.
But like, I'm not going to argue that.
Feel me?
Because I'm not going to argue that. It's just it's tough for me to say that because it's like he doesn't like run the team. Draymond.
I mean, but he does though. He just because he doesn't average a high assist number doesn't mean he doesn't.
Well, I don't even think the high assist number thing does, but like he's the focal point of the offense, scoring wise.
Okay, but that's for the team. That's what's best for the offense.
I know, but like he's not like a Chris Paul, John Stockton, like Magic Johnson.
That offense more than.
I'm not saying he can't be. I'm not saying he can't be. It's just he's so fucking good at scoring. It's tough. I don't know. My idea of a point guard is one thing. Like if you were telling me shooting guard, I'm like, oh yeah, shooting guard. Like he's got to be up there. But man, it's just the era of point guards is weird.
Yeah.
Because everybody's a scorer.
3.
Wait, what? Memphis beats OKC by 73? That's mad crazy.
No. That's not real.
Memphis beat OKC by 73, bro. 152-79.
Oh shit, that's real. What?
His reaction is great.
That's the new NBA record. That's fucked up, son. I'm definitely getting flagrant too, and you're getting me out the game.
How are you not fighting?
Right.
How are you not fighting somebody?
I'm definitely having fine. I'll definitely have a $50,000 fine. Doing something stupid, mooning somebody, something. I'm doing some wild shit.
And the Thunder still didn't have a guy who just didn't play. They DNP'd a guy.
They DNP'd somebody and they lost by 70? That's fucked up, son.
Crazy. Yeah, you wasn't.
Oh, they shot terrible. Homeboy shot 0 for 7, but like they didn't.
The coach has to get fired. If you lose by 70, your coach has to get fired. Like,
somebody got to hear.
Yeah, somebody has to get fired for that.
The Grizzlies almost made as many shots as the Thunder took.
Wow.
That's some 2K on rookie type stuff.
Right.
The Grizzlies shot 20 more shots than the Thunder did.
Only
the Thunder didn't have a single person more than 5 rebounds.
More than 5
That's growing pains. That's crazy. They lost by 80. That's okay.
Darren Jackson was 6 for 7 from 3.
Nah.
6 for 7 from 3.
This conversation.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a flagrant too. I'm getting out of the game real early. Once we get down 30, I'm violating. I'm out.
I need to see when fans started to leave.
Yeah, at what point are you like, we out?
When are you bouncing?
It depends where it was at. If it was in Memphis, it was there the whole game.
They were there the whole game.
If it was 30,
it was in Memphis. It was in Memphis.
Oh yeah, it was in the whole game. Yeah,
I didn't even think about leaving too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, boring.
Once it hits like 30, you're like, all right, maybe we should just like miss traffic.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Once it's 30, I'm still hanging around because I'm a cheer.
Nah, after 50, I'm going.
Once you get up to 50, I'm like, all right, yeah, it's time to beat
We've seen all we can see.
Like,
I'm probably watching
nothing else gonna happen tonight.
Probably cursing somebody out there. You guys suck. You suck.
Yo, if that would have been put me in the game, coach. That arena would have been empty. It would have been a bubble game.
Right.
Nobody in there. They all would have left. They would have had to keep you in there by like saying, "Hey, 75% off the store," and try to keep you in there. Food is free. Like you lost all your money.
You gotta get the fans the food for free at that point.
If you get 79 is crazy.
I was cheering when because I was at the Nets game last Saturday against the Suns when JaVale McGee missed a free throw. They gave away free fries. I was like, yeah, free fries.
That's funny. How y'all feel about the Suns? Y'all feel like the Suns got a chance to make it back?
I do.
I like that.
I do.
Okay.
They're playing the way they were playing at the end of last season right now.
Right. I feel like they didn't miss the beat.
Nothing. They just got another like off season together to just play and
I feel like JaVale is something they needed. JaVale is something they needed too.
Any team could use a big rim runner.
Right.
That's it. Like JaVale McGee to me is like, if you have a problem at center, just go get somebody like JaVale McGee.
Right.
Because that's all you need in the NBA.
He's going to compete. Centers just need to compete for real.
A guy who will block shots, get rebounds, and run the floor. He doesn't need anything else.
Right.
He'll fit on literally
it's like they're number one in the NBA, and people are still writing them off, and it's crazy. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Phoenix.
Yeah, it's because it's Phoenix.
Because it's Phoenix. But when Clay comes back,
oh, hell's gonna break loose.
Well, first of all, he hasn't played in 2 years, so it's gonna take some time to get ready.
He's not gonna miss a step. Okay. Offensively, I don't think so. Shoot.
Even Steph last season didn't play right away. Great.
It's because Steph was doing stupid shit with his hair. The second he went back to the regular fade haircut, he started balling again.
What are you talking about?
See,
it's true.
Stuff like that. I say stuff
when
like
he
that.
was doing the dreads and all that stuff, he was playing terrible. He went back to the fade, and all of a sudden, at the end of the season, he sparked it up and was like balling.
Maybe he was coming off injury.
Nah, what happened was Dame said something crazy.
Yeah, Dame did.
And he dropped 40, and then the season just went back to normal after that. Dame said,
"Yeah, what's wrong with him? He hasn't played well yet."
Somebody gotta say something crazy to him. That's what needs to be.
It's not gonna be an All-Star game, and then it's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how he plays. He needs someone to wake him up.
They need to play defense. They're like the worst defensive team in basketball.
They need to. I'm not gonna lie. They need to break that team up.
It's over.
It's
I've
not
been saying that
happening.
for 3 years.
Me too. It's over. Dame needs to go find him.
I said that from the beginning. I'm not gonna hold you.
CJ and him's not enough.
I don't like the 2-guard thing. I don't like it.
I also don't think CJ's like really good.
I like watching it.
I was saying CJ and him's not enough, and the problem is CJ. That's the problem.
Yeah.
CJ
is
not like
the third
really good.
best player on that team, not the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
And until they figure that out,
they need somebody that can get an easier bucket. I think.
Philly had a trade proposed to them for CJ, and they said no.
What was the trade?
I think it was CJ and hold on, let me pull it up. Let me see if I got it. Because I was listening to
if that's for Ben, then Portland's fucking retarded. Because I'm taking
I think
Ben
it was for Ben.
I'm taking Ben over CJ.
Are you?
I'm taking what? Come on, bro. Like let's not do
Well, but Ben's not
I don't
playing,
want-
so
if I'm Philly, I'm taking it. If I'm Portland, I'm not putting Ben Simmons and Dame together.
Why not?
They both need the ball.
Nah.
Ben shot 4 shots in the what? Like,
think about this. You got
he's
10
still
guard,
ball dominant.
and you're
He's
doing
still
a
ball dominant.
1-2 screen and roll. That's crazy. You got Ben rolling with the screen and roll, and there's got to be another guard guarding him. That's nuts. Like that. Like think about the mismatches you're going to get with Ben Simmons and Dame on the same.
No,
team.
the reason I'm getting Ben is because defensively the Trailblazers suck. They're terrible.
they're
He's gonna turn that
the
all the way
worst
around.
team in basketball.
Yeah, he's turning that all the way around. Ben Simmons is a defensive juggernaut.
All the mismatches they get with Dame and
And then
Simmons is crazy.
What I mean, Ben doesn't want to score the ball though, so that doesn't matter. The mismatches doesn't really matter.
Yeah. This man.
I don't know.
Oh no, it was the Trailblazers turned down the trade.
That's
I
what you
heard
said.
the opposite. I thought I said that. I thought I said the Sixers turned down a trade.
No.
It was Ben Simmons and multiple first-round picks for CJ and Robert Covington.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not taking both. Just CJ. CJ's enough. You don't need Covington too.
I think
they're
you
being
have to make
greedy.
contract
They're
work.
being greedy.
They're being
Oh,
greedy.
that-
I would say because if you put CJ and Robert Covington on Philly, yeah,
Philly doesn't have a chance. They lost their chance when they left Jimmy Butler. That's it. They should have written that
such a
back.
mistake.
They should
Such
have
a
written that
mistake.
back. They should have ran that back.
Jimmy Butler's so good
So
at
good.
leading teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Minnesota's stupid.
Minnesota's
for pissing
retarded.
him off.
Andrew
Philly-
Wiggins.
and-
They're gonna keep Andrew Wiggins instead of
when
Levine.
he went into that practice with the third stringers and ran them out of the gym.
It's not even,
That's one of my
before
favorite
that, They were
moments.
5th in the West. He gets hurt. They go all the way down to 9. He comes back, brings them back to the playoffs, and then the next season, y'all have an issue with him. Cat sucks. Trade
Cat's mad overrated.
He's trash.
So overrated.
Yeah, it's bad.
He's not good.
Oh,
He's another
so
one that
much
can't be
talent
the
for
number
what?
one.
He's never been
do
good.
nothing. And D'Angelo Russell stinks too.
Right now,
I
yeah.
don't agree with that. I don't agree that.
I hated
think-
D'Angelo Russell when he was on the Nets. Hated him.
Wow.
Hated him.
Why?
Because I didn't think he was as good as he was playing. I think he was playing in the system, and the only reason he got his shine is because LeVert got hurt that year, and LeVert was having the All-Star year before he got hurt. D'Lo stepped up, but in the playoffs, D'Lo played with no urgency and was like a net minus. Meanwhile, Dinwiddie and LeVert were pushing the pace against Philly and trying to keep them in games.
Well, I mean, D'Lo's game isn't really push the pace though. That's not
Exactly.
Really
but like he wasn't with any urgency. He didn't shoot the ball well in the playoffs. He wasn't great at creating his shot in the playoffs. And it was like glaring. It was very glaring. He had great games. Don't get me wrong.
All three of them didn't play that long together. They were still trying to figure that out. Like
they played what? Almost 3 years together.
All three of them?
LeVert was hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All three of them on the court at the same time, they didn't really have the continuity, and they all need the ball to score. So that, I wouldn't blame it on D'Lo. They just wasn't ready.
No, they weren't. But I feel with D'Lo, I thought we should have traded him that season while his stock was growing to get better because he was never the superstar.
Well, y'all won out anyway, so it doesn't
exactly. We won out anyways, but like I feel the Knicks with Julius Randle are where the Nets were with D'Angelo Russell.
They should trade Julius Randle?
Where I don't think Julius Randle's the guy. He's a good like 2-3 option. They paid him to pay him because he made the fan base happy, but you're not going to win with him.
First of all, they're making us happy now. I can't be mad at him. He's playing well.
It's not his fault. Except he can't go right, and he
they were mad when he got him. I was
pissed.
I was heated.
Well, you also signed him and like 6 other power forwards at the same time.
Yeah. It was him trying to get there.
And then you came out and said you guys didn't want to pay Kevin Durant anyway, which is one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
What?
You don't remember that?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I do remember that. That's what
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that.
Yo, oh my God.
You could just the fact that anybody could just say that.
Yeah.
It's just so wild.
It's crazy how
whatever he wants to get paid, bro. Whatever.
It's crazy how because like I was so upset and now I'm cool because the Knicks ain't playing horrible. Now they are, but right this second. They're in contention, I guess. I just want them to be in the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling with the Knicks. That's literally
with
how
me. I want the Knicks.
I like RJ. I like RJ.
I want the Knicks to be better.
How y'all feel about John Wall for Kemba?
The money wouldn't work out.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Kemba's only making like $8 million and then like $12 million next year.
But we can give up a lot. We got a lot of people that not playing.
Wait, what do you mean? No, the Knicks still got money.
You got $40 million?
Yeah, they had two maxes. That's why everybody thought they was getting Kyrie and KD.
Yeah, but they only have 2 maxes. But how many guys are like getting paid like $5 million, $8 million, $9 million? Like that kind of kits.
The only person making money is Randall.
Yeah.
What about how much is
RJ's on a rookie contract and everybody else is on a minimum. I think
they can make it work.
I think Rose
might be making like bread right now.
Who?
Fournier.
Oh yeah, Fournier.
Fournier's making money. How much is D-Rose making?
10, right? Something like that.
Fournier's making almost 20.
Really?
From the Magic?
No, free agency.
Really?
This year they signed a $20 million contract. The Knicks after last year.
Yeah.
They're crazy. I don't know if
I like it too. I like the pick up you just said that. That's crazy.
Huh?
I think he's making like 8.
So Julius Randle's getting paid just under $20 million this year. Evan Fournier is getting $17 million this year.
17.
Derrick Rose is getting $13.5 million this year. Alec Burks is getting $9.5 million. Noel is getting 8.8.
What?
Walker's getting 8.7. RJ's getting 8.6. Kevin Knox is getting 6. Obi's getting 5. Taj is getting 5.
RJ don't count because that's a rookie contract, really. So
it's still 8. It's still almost $9 million.
It's crazy.
It's lottery pick.
Yeah. So like quickly, Grimes, Mitch is making no money.
Good. That guy sucks.
But yeah, no, you guys got salary wrapped up in some players. You would have to do like Fournier, Rose, and like Nerlens Noel, and like 2 firsts.
Nah, they're not giving away all
They're
that.
not doing that, but you might as well just wait for John Wall to get bought out. Because nobody's going to trade for his contract.
Yeah, what he got? He got like 40, right? 45?
He's got like 40 mil.
40,
Yeah. Houston probably trade him and pay the difference.
They're going to have to buy him out, but John Wall's not going to take a pay cut.
No
You're going to have to buy me out for my whole contract. Or they're just
How many years he got left?
Forever.
2
or 3.
That nigga,
because he signed that extension while he still had like 2 years left on his current deal.
Yeah, he's
like
a thief.
4 years ago.
That's what he is.
He got hurt again.
A thief.
Yeah, the Wizards keep doing that, son. They did that with Gilbert.
I was like, he's not a thief. The Wizards are stupid. That's what it is.
Didn't the Wizards just stop paying Gilbert like 2 years ago?
Yeah, for real. For real. Gilbert.
Yeah.
Gilbert was getting paid like $3 million a year for 10 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's what I mean. Like the Wizards.
Story about how he got hurt, and then he was like, "Yo, Gilbert, you brought them here after the
yeah. So we got to pay you. That's crazy.
Like they did it for the love. They knew he wasn't coming back, and they just gave him the money for the love.
Oh,
I respect it, but damn.
Well, we just stopped paying Darren Williams last year, or this year. This was last year. Darren Williams.
Darren Williams is crazy.
Yeah, that's an overrated player right there.
I loved me some Darren Williams, but man, when he was bad, he was bad.
System. You think he was a system? Yeah, he was. He definitely was.
Well, he was great in Utah, and then in Jersey he was really good, and then he hurt his wrist, and then he was never the same because he had KG, Paul Pierce, and all those guys were just like yelling at him because they thought he could be an MVP, and he wasn't healthy, and he's like soft.
Yeah, he's definitely nice.
He's not like mentally
he's definitely about to get knocked out too.
I don't think so. He's been training MMA for the last like 10 years.
Oh really?
Yeah, he owns an MMA.
So you're a fan. Because I didn't even know that.
I love me some Darren Williams. Darren Williams has some. In Utah, I was a huge Darren Williams fan in Utah.
Nah, I like that Utah team a lot. That
Utah team was low key nice as hell.
AK is really
they beat some good teams, bro.
And they part of like changing the NBA with the small big because AK was like a 4.
They beat that Denver team, and they beat the Rockets. They beat some good teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Darren Williams and Jerry Sloan hated each other.
A
lot
I didn't even know that.
He got Jerry Sloan fired. Or
really?
Did he retire?
He retired. Darren Williams got traded, and then Jerry Sloan retired, like literally right after.
He said, as long as you're here, I'm going to be here to torment you. Once you leave, I'll retire. That's crazy.
Like when Darren Williams got drafted, they weren't trying to play him at all. He literally had to sit there and do because Jerry Sloan was mad old school. He was still coaching the team like it was like 1997.
Okay.
So he was going there and
they were making the playoffs every season,
every year, and then he had a couple finals runs and all that. Like he's a legendary coach, and Darren Williams was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And then like
he probably
guys like Boozer were telling him to chill the fuck out. You got to do this if you want to play, and then he started like hanging around.
I don't want to hear that about what's my boy name? John? Who? John? What's my boy name?
John Stockton.
I don't want to hear that about John Stockton. Don't tell me shit about John Stockton.
We're going to get into John Stockton. We're going to bring you guys back. We're going to wrap this episode up. We're going to bring it back. We are going to have, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek, a spoiler, future talk, 92 Dream Team versus the 08 and 2012 Dream Teams. Which is better? So just keep that John Stockton hate in your heart because I'm sure it's going to come up when we talk
Carmelo's a child molester.
Other teams.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue it.
My favorite thing is before you close it out, me and James are because James likes to say that Carmelo's the best power forward of all time. I completely don't acknowledge him ever because he's a child molester. So
does he not like Tim Duncan?
He just says Carmelo's better than Tim Duncan. I don't understand it.
All the time. He says it.
I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
Tim Duncan's the GOAT power forward.
I don't like Tim Duncan at all, but he's the best power forward of all time.
Of all time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
Like, everybody agrees with that.
To me, in my opinion, I think Charles Barkley better than Carmelo, in my opinion. But hey,
Carmelo's not even on my list.
Child
molester.
Hey.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Not because of basketball, because he's a bad person.
I'm just saying. Okay. Yo, that's crazy. That's hilarious. He definitely got 36,000 points. 32, something like that.
Man.
And he impregnated a 13-year-old.
Yeah,
So.
he's a bad person. Yeah,
Wait, is this true?
yes, it is. It's not a joke. This is not a joke. He's being dead serious.
Oh, wow.
He impregnated
yeah,
a 13-year-old. He's got a statue
She's
outside
30
the
now.
arena.
But yeah, then she's like 30, 40 now.
But at the time, she was 13.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't speak about that, man. No more. That's
yeah,
racist.
he's got a statue outside that building.
Wow. I mean, it's Utah. Well, wait, it's Utah.
Wow, that's crazy. It's
Utah.
Yo,
it is
Mormons
Utah
over there too, right?
Yeah.
They,
They're Mormons.
They do that.
Yeah,
That's what they do. And they're
That
racist
country
right
bumpkin was like, "Give me your daughter."
Yo.
Like, I'm taking her.
Yo, this man. I can't wait till we get to this point.
Fucking Karl Malone.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
He's wild. Child molestation.
It'd be like that.
So, you know how this goes, fellas. We're going to give you the floor. Goodbyes, shout outs, whatever. The floor is yours. I think before you go, we can, with the three of us here, the consensus is the 2019 Raptors is the worst championship.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Are they worse than that Mavs team?
Are we
Did I already
gonna
It's
ask
them or
that?
Detroit. It's either them or Detroit.
Detroit itself. I don't know.
But I think defensively, Detroit washes them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
But
fighting.
that-
They're
that's
just
why
fighting.
the Raptors
Nobody
team
on
is
that
up there
Raptors
for
team
that
wants
too,
to
though.
fight. Nobody on that Raptors team wants to fight.
Yeah, so it's the Raptors. Raptors the worst team.
Raptors. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Yeah,
Any
but you
shout
can
outs?
leave.
You want to put out the socials? I don't care. Do what you want.
I want to say good night. Thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? Be back again.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it? I would say nothing.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, thank y'all for having us. We enjoyed our time. My boy Dylan's hilarious.
Thank you, man.
And fuck Karl Malone.
Oh yeah, and
Fuck
that's
Karl
it. Just
Malone.
yo, hold on. Start liking some A teams, man. Get all them fucking B teams away.
I like the Yankees.
All right.
I'm little brother all the way through, but the Yankees, I couldn't be miserable all my life.
Right.
I mean, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm miserable. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I'll go next. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to these guys down here. Fuck the Knicks. Bing bong. Dylan,
Bing bong.
thank you.
That's what you do. It's crazy.
Hold that L. You weren't here. When this episode drops, go ahead and listen to my rant about how the Knicks stink, and Julius Randle can't go right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He can't. He goes right. He picks up his dribble.
Turnover.
He goes right. He picks up his dribble, and he
I'm
spins
little-
back left.
I have no good words to say about Julius Randle.
Fuck Karl
He
Malone.
played good last season.
Fuck Karl Malone.
Fuck Karl Malone.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Mike, fuck Karl Malone.
You have to say
he's not. He's not high on my list.
Fuck
no.
Karl Malone.
You gotta say it, man.
You gotta say it.
He's a molester. You have to say that. Like this is
He
I mean,
molested a
your
child.
duty as a
He's
man.
a horrible man. He is a
Fuck
horrible.
Karl Malone.
So fuck him.
Karl Malone.
Say it. We want to hear you say it.
Fuck Karl Malone.
Fuck
Can we
Karl
title
Malone.
this episode?
Yeah.
Fuck Karl Malone? Yeah.
No, I can't. We can't name it that. I can't put it up if we name it that.
You can put F star.
Nah, don't do it because it's monetized, right? You get what?
Yeah, we can't. We can't. We gotta respect the sponsors that I'm about to shout out right now. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor for putting us on, Spotify. Go follow us on the YouTube page. Like and subscribe. Jump on one platform, then jump on the other one and like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this special edition, our first Chalk Talk series. Like I already told you, we're going to have the Dream Team debate coming soon, and we will have the football arguments coming. But, as always, fellas, we will try to be better than we were. And with that, I say good day.